Isaac and his mother lived alone.
Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of Talking Fish plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth plus daily runs. This will be the daily run for April 16th. What? Well, you know what, we'll practice it anyway. So I lost internet connection trying to boot this up. And I guess that means that I don't get to play the daily. Darn. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You gotta live and let live. You gotta let envy smack you right in the face. It's actually in the rules. I don't know if you knew that, but you have to let every enemy hit you once. That's part of the everybody gets one rule. Oh, they hit me more than once? Well, I mean, I didn't know you were keeping count. Get out of here, Stinky. Now I will say, I started this video earlier, so I already bantered a little bit. This is going to sound a little bit reused. But I gotta say, I'm really enjoying doing the recording. I'm really enjoying being creative. It's a good outlet. I went to university and got my bachelor's degree in music performance, so I've always been a performer. I've always had a penchant for being creative, but here recently I've been working to support my wife through graduate school. So I've kind of been missing out on having a chance to play or a chance to express myself and be really bad at video games, obviously. But no, it's been really nice. I can see why people do it. I mean, obviously people do it because they have a passion specifically for this. I do love playing video games. I love talking. I love connecting with people, so you know, this seems like my bag, baby. So this would be obviously for an unofficial score. It's not like we'll get a real score out of this. But we'll just see how we do. I kind of have an idea of how my score should look. And if I'm not wrong, a really good score here would be like 48,000 to fight Mom's foot. Oh, what do you mean it's not called Mom's foot? The picture's a foot, dude. I love it. Yeah, the rate of fire sucks, sure. But I'm firing an incredible wave of saline eye fluids right out of my inner orbital tissue. Also, I have 2 extra eyes. How far out do you think you guys think we are from having bionic eyes? I was talking about this today. It's tough to tell. You know, medical technology progresses at a different rate compared to, you know, consumer technology. So it's not like you would have eyes that you could just plug and play into your laptop that allow you to see or anything like that. But what do you guys think? 2030, 2035 before we have that kind of technology? I'm going to be honest, I don't know if anybody's really prioritizing that. But whoever's out there, Elon Musk, if you're listening, you can private message me on YouTube to buy the rights to the idea. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. It'll be at a highly discounted rate. So no, I don't know why I keep doing that, man. I got Guppy's head stuck in my brain, so I just have to smack the spacebar at the end of literally every single room and put down my best friend. Oh, so I was talking at work today about something that I am actually pretty passionate about, but it's not a thing per se. It's more like a thought process. And I have, you know, sort of a reputation at my job. I'm considered pretty good at it. He was asking me, you know, how can he improve at doing what he does? And formerly I was a trainer on like a market level for meat cutters, so I've had a lot of experience training just the core skills, but what I think is really interesting is to train like the mindsets, getting people thinking about what they need to think about. And the way I usually talk about it is being mindful, like absolutely being deliberate about literally everything you do. That's not to say you can't make mistakes. Sure, everybody makes mistakes. But you guys ever think about that? Like whenever you tie your shoes, like think about exactly how tight you're pulling each loop in the shoelaces, and whenever you guys put a dish into the sink, you know exactly what it looks like whenever you put it in. I'll be honest with you, I think it probably annoys a lot of people, like the the level of meticulous I am about like really dumb stuff, and then like the level of apathy I have for things that other people might have, you know, a higher priority for. But I think, you know, little stuff like that, like cleaning your plate for dinner. You can go ahead and ask my wife, dude. It's like almost clean every time it goes into the sink. 100%. I don't like to waste it. Now that's not to say that I'm telling you to always take as much as you can and gorge yourself. That's not true. Like if you're not gonna eat it, throw it away. But I think people kind of beat themselves up about stuff like that, and they'll leave food out like on a plate on their counter for 2 or 3 days because they're like, I'm wasting good food, man. There's starving people in Africa. Do people still say that? Is that still something that that young mothers threaten their kids with? Starving people in Africa? To be honest, that seems actually a little heavy-handed nowadays. But that was like the go-to back in the day, man. Oh, you didn't eat half of your lollipop? Well, there's a starving person in Africa who really would have loved that. I got a secret for you. Never really believed it. Never fell for it, but always played along. Oh no. Better finish. My my fun dip. Better eat the sugar out of the bottom of the package. Is that still a candy? I wonder what whoever was working at Nestle whenever they invented that one. I wonder what they were thinking. You think the product pitch was like, hey guys, I have this incredible idea. Get this. We're going to take a solid bar of compressed sugar, and here's the kicker. You're going to dip it in specially flavored sugar. I feel like a lot of stuff that came out when I was a kid was like pretty heavy-handed though. Nickel Nips is like fruit juice approximations, just wrapped up in dental wax bottles, and you would just chew through the bottle. I freaking love me some Nickel Nip, man, but just seems a little obscene to even consider getting one to consume, you know? Like, there's something a little medical about eating a candy like that. What about baby bottle pops? There's a lot of candies that just involve dipping something made out of sugar into extra sugar. I'm not like a diet freak or anything now, but I'm a little conscious of the amount of sugar that I eat and drink. I guess consume would be a better word there. Literally means what I was going for. But yeah, I feel like when I was a kid, man, everything was just wild. They still have that stuff? They use like sugar alcohols now? Or is it still pretty well like the same jam we've been doing? Hey kids, you want some cereal that's mostly sugar? And get this, it's coated in sugar. I bet it's still the same. So anyway, I talked in the first video about we're moving soon. Right now we live in Southwest Michigan. We're moving to Central Illinois so that my wife can pursue her doctoral degree, her DMA. And at the same time, we're mixing it up a little bit, getting a dog. We've already bought him. It's being held for us until he's of age to come live with us. He's an American Akita, and his name's Hachi. I know you guys are going to say it's cliche if you know anything about the name Hachi or Akitas, but it's a strong name. He's a strong boy. We got some pictures. He's a heckin' little chonk. And I don't know if any of you have this sort of experience, but you know, sometimes you haven't even seen something in person, and you're like, man, freaking love the heck out of that. Some of you probably felt that way about Animal Crossing and New Horizons. Walking into bombs, probably none of you felt that way about that. Oh! Why are our tears incredibly fast? Wow. Yeah, no, I know my wife felt that way about Animal Crossing's newest release. But we get these weekly update pictures. I'll try to work one into a video. Let you guys get a little peek at Hachi. But man, his little tail is starting to curl up. His ears are starting to stand up. Right now, his ears are at like 50% flop and 50% standing. And he's so freaking adorable. No, thank you. You know, so I'm not really going to use our active item for the rest of the run. I think I'm just going to use it to enable our illuminated bulb to give us that nice statistical increase. Whoa. What do you think, bot? I think we have to do boss rush this time. We're really going for the sauce. I think it's pretty well necessary. Give me the Polaroid, it's the classic. We're gonna do boss rush, really kick it up. Oh man. We have to, right? hit ourselves a couple of times too. That's how she works. So you guys are gonna hear it in the last video, but I asked if you guys liked watching boss rush. I think this kind of boss rush is a little entertaining, except there's so much going on. It's tough for me to focus on what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of playing like garbage. Blast him. I can't believe he got me from the grave. So we only got a couple of minutes left here probably. I think I got 3 or 4 more waves. Well, if I survive. You guys picked up any new hobbies during all of this? I just tell you, like, this is not a new hobby for me. But I'd love to read. I'd read like hundreds of pages a day. And just in case you ask, because I know everybody's super interested. Man, I really love like fantasy fiction. I always have too. Like, Lord of the Rings kicked it all off for me when I was a kid. I had like a collector's edition. There was every book in one box. Well, I hope 48,000 is not a good score. We got 20,000. That's pretty good. 18,875. Anyway, if you enjoyed seeing this, please consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment if you have any suggestions. And as always, I thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.